Chase is in the background there. So you guys will see in this video coming up, we measured out a bunch of beds. We showed how we would measure out the beds in this big mulch quote we're doing. I'm gonna actually give you the total amount of square feet that it is, what we're using, and about what we would charge to do it. So just watch this, watch how we measure everything out, and then at the end of the video we'll let you know how many yards of mulch we're going to use on this project and what the cost is and how much we are going to charge, about how much we are going to charge in this for this job.
Good evening.
It's getting dark out.
I know,
but
so
I wanted to make this video for them.
Yeah, we have to hurry though.
So we have to measure these beds for this mulch job, the big cleanup we just did. What I would do with this bed is I would section it off. I would go from the corner of the house over, measure straight back, because this is all a bed. Measure straight back like a square. Don't even worry about the grass inlet. I count that in my measurement, so because there's other parts of the beds that are wider. So let's get that measurement. And same thing with the island. You see the island, guys? I'll measure from one width to the corner of the house here, and then I won't go to the widest part. I'll go to, like, you know, there's the smallest part, then the widest part,
right
halfway between. I'll show you as I measure.
Right.
So we're gonna do this side bed right here for now. And you can just use a wheel. So make sure it's working. Okay. So you can.
So you guys can see what he's doing.
So that's 101 feet.
101 feet.
By 16 feet.
Okay.
And that's going to be all pine straw.
Yes.
Right? No, not all of it.
Mm-mm.
Some of it's going to be pine straw, some of it's going to be mulch. Should just get them to do all mulch. So that was the side bed, and then this middle bed, watch, I'll measure from the corner of the house. Right?
72 feet.
The widest part of this bed is right here. So what I'm going to do is take the next widest part, which is over here,
Okay.
and measure that. By 20 feet.
Okay, so then this last bed.
So I would take it from the road. Take it from the road all the way to the edge here. And you have 65 feet. And then right here, that's the widest spot. So I'd go in between the smallest spot and the widest spot, and I'd measure. That would make up
I was cutting off your head, sorry.
So I'll measure from about here. Look at my wheel got to about there. So that's 9 feet.
It's a big bed.
Yeah.
A long bed.
Then we have the front bed here. I'll measure that real quick and give you a number. So from here, so you have 40 feet. Then, like, here's an example again, guys. This is the widest spot. That's the narrowest spot. So instead of doing the widest, I'll do halfway in between. So like right here, I'll do about right here. And then I'll go 7 feet. And then it'll give you an average, so.
Right, because you can see how the bed goes.
Like,
Okay.
so I'll go from here to here. I don't remember, was this pine straw?
This was mulch.
Mulch. So that's 21 feet, because I know from here over is pine tree.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 21 feet by 4 feet.
Okay.
So that's that bed. This one, we'll do that one last.
Okay.
That's all pine straw over there too. Here's guys, here's a good example of the width of the bed. You see we have a narrow part and then the wide part there. So watch how I'll measure this one. So I'll measure from here. To here, 40 feet.
40 feet.
Then I'll measure the shortest parts there, the widest parts here. You come in the middle here, that makes up for that. You have 26 feet. The one in the middle, I don't have to measure. It's like, I think 10 feet by 6 feet. That one's about 4 foot by 7 feet. Close enough. The next one would be this one here. So I would go from here. Okay, I'm just gonna go right to here because it does get wide back there. That's 77 feet
Okay.
by 11 feet.
Okay.
This is a lot of mulch, guys.
Yeah.
And then this one here, okay, as you can see, there's a big chunk missing out of here.
Uh-huh.
So, what would you do?
What would you do?
I, personally, I'm going to measure the whole length of the bed.
Yes.
And then I'm going to come right to where the sled is and measure that way.
Okay.
And
It makes up for it.
yeah, it makes up the difference. You guys get the picture.
And if you guys don't know this, mulch is usually applied at 3 inches. So one
Oh, sorry.
1 yard is equal
To
to
100
one.
square feet, 3 inches deep.
What was that?
So that's 104 feet.
Okay.
And then we're going to come right here. Like I said, in front of the sled. Because this sticks out, that goes in. So that's 19 feet.
Okay.
Let's go to the side now and we'll finish it. So we're at 105 by
We're at 105, you said.
11.
By 11. So this bed is 105 by 11. So you guys saw we measured out the beds, and we'll figure out the whole square footage and then how many yards we would use for that mulch job.
So I'll go back to the house, I'll set something up, I'll record on how we're gonna how we would bid it and what we bid it at, and then basically what you guys should average probably be bidding it at. I mean, mulch usually runs 80 to 120 a yard depending on the area you live in.
I think sometimes guys even get more per yard. If you're edging, you know, like we spade in all of our edges, and some guys charge extra for that. We charge extra for pruning, which you definitely should be charging extra for. So it just all depends on your area. That's why it's so important to get to know guys around your area. I know that you're an about price, then at least you know that you're not cutting yourself short.
Yeah.
You know,
That way you don't out there busting your
take
butt.
into consideration how much you're spending on materials and just making sure that you're still getting your hourly rate.
Yes,
right?
and what the quality of work you put out, because that makes a difference on what you can charge.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're putting out high quality work, you can be a little more pricey because you're more detailed.
Well, it's you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah,
That's,
so.
you know, you guys know that's true.
So you guys seen, after you watched the measuring of these beds, what we came up with. The total amount of square foot where we're putting mulch ended up being about, what is it? Let me see what the total amount of square foot is. I think it ended up being about 5,000 square foot of beds that need mulch. And we need the other beds, which I'm not sure the exact measurement on them, but we need 40 bales of pine straw. No, 50 bales of pine straw. So that was on the one side of the driveway, and then on the other side of the house where we're putting the pine straw at. So the total cost for the mulch would be about $4,300, and then the cost for the pine straw, 50 bales, would be about around $700, to come up with a price of about $49.50 for everything. So that's, we quoted at $85 a yard for this project, only because it's 40 yards of mulch, or no, 50 yards of mulch. So we gave them a little bit discount. Usually if it's under 20 yards, we'll do $100 a yard. If it's like 20 to 40, we'll do like 85, 90 a yard, depends on the terrain in the yard. If there's a lot of hills and you have to take the mulch far back, you're gonna wanna charge more on the higher end. So like I said, the total price of this was $49.50 for 50 bales of pine needles and for 50 yards of mulch delivered and installed. And we do include spading all our beds in. The bed cleanup and the pruning of everything is a separate price. And we usually charge by the hour for that. Not by the hour. We usually bid all our projects out and we try to hit our hours, and we 99% of the time do. So hopefully that helps some of you guys out. For mulch, like you've seen, you should be around 80 to 120 a yard. That's what a lot of people are doing. It varies all around the country. It varies by, if you can get to the mulch beds very easy, then it's going to be a little on the lower end of 80. If you don't do any spading, you might do it for even less than 80, but we don't offer no spading on our beds. It's included in our price because we're very detailed on what we do. What the heck was that? Was that the seat going down? I hope that was the seat. Right? Chase, this is my co-pilot today. How you doing over there, bud? Yeah, he's making noises with the seat. So I hope that video helped you guys out. And remember, guys, if you want to keep weeds out of the beds, put preen down or a pre-emergent in your beds, not where there's any bulbs, any tulips, anything that's going to pop up from like a bulb or seed. You don't want to put the pre-emergent down. But if it's just all bushes and stuff that's already established that doesn't re-sprout and come up as far as like seed, you should be okay putting a pre-emergent in the beds. We recommend not to do the weed fabric for the mulch beds if you lay it at 3 inches deep, only because weeds are usually airborne, and if you prep the beds good enough and you put preen down, it should cover you. So like I said, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, be happy, or at least try. And if you have any questions, you could always just leave them in the comments and we'll get back to you as quick as we can. Right, Chase?
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go inside.